Hello, Sunday school students. It's Miss Colleen, and I have another story for you. We read this story a few years ago. Jesus on the road towards Emmaus. And we're going to read it today. Now, you know that if our story has Jesus in it, then is it in the Old Testament or in the New Testament? That's right. It's in the New Testament. Jesus is in our story today. And this story is from our Bible. It's from the Gospel of Luke, and it is chapter 24, verses 13 through 35. All right, so let's go ahead and start reading our book. Here's our story. Jesus on the road towards Emmaus. Now it has been 3 days since Jesus was laid to rest in the tomb. Everyone is very sad. A few people have heard that Jesus was just raised from the dead and is alive again. There's the tomb. Jesus isn't there. Now, Cleopas and her friend have not heard the news that Jesus is alive. They are walking to Emmaus and talking about the sad news of Jesus' death. They feel all hope is gone. Cleopas and her friend met a stranger on the road. He asked them what they had been talking about. They are surprised that he doesn't know about Jesus and his arrest, crucifixion, and burial in the tomb. The stranger is Jesus, but he keeps it a secret and asks them to tell him more. There's Jesus. He's in our story, and Cleopas and her friend are also in his story. They continue to walk together as Cleopas and her friend tell him all about the wonderful things Jesus did. Then Jesus tells them the whole story about God. He begins with Moses, then Elijah, and then tells of all the prophets. He tells them that the scriptures foretell of the Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah. But Cleopas and her friend still don't recognize that he is Jesus. When they get to Cleopas and her friend's village, they invite their new friend in for dinner. At dinner time, the table is set, and it's set with bread and wine and other food. Jesus takes the bread and blesses it and breaks it and gives it to Cleopas and her friend. It seems so familiar to them. Suddenly they realize this man is Jesus, and as soon as they do, he is gone. Cleopas and her friend realized that of course it was Jesus. He made their hearts burn inside as he talked to them on the road. They know that Jesus is alive. They run back to Jerusalem to find the 11 disciples to tell them their story of meeting Jesus on the road to Emmaus. Jesus is alive. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story. I miss you all. I hope we get to see each other soon. I hope you're working hard in school. I know it can be hard to do it through distance learning. So I hope everything's going well. And I just want you to know how much I love you and can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.